Imagine I put $100 bills on the table and you're sitting right in front of me and you take the $100 bill, put it in your pocket, and stare at me like I'm not looking right at you. And when I say, "What are you doing?" and you act like you don't know, and I say, "Why did you take that money? It's mine." And you pretend that nothing happened. The inconceivableness of that, meaning the audacity that you're doing it in my face right there and think that I'm not seeing you, is how these individuals that don't understand spiritual law, that don't understand spiritual sight, behave in your energy. They really think that what they're doing is invisible. Like when they try to siphon and harvest from your root chakra, it's very, very obvious. When they're playing with your energy, when they're lying through their teeth with a smile, those things are extremely obvious. Every nuance, every pause between words, every evasive move to come clear, correct, with integrity and honesty. That's the part that is insulting to one's intelligence. The audacity of some ring-a-ding fool that has no clue about life, who looked at one little book of sorcery or black magic or manipulation tactics, assuming that what they learned from a book, or that someone said, "Here, try this and try that, you'll see it'll work." It only works on people that don't have the sight, but also they got confused because what they don't realize is they assumed you didn't have sight, they assumed you didn't have the wisdom to understand spiritual law, and they played in your face. They did this assuming that you were not privy to the wisdom. What they don't understand is that the manipulation goes so deep that you are temporarily blindsided by the dynamic you believed was mutual. You were blinded by the connection you thought was unseverable. You were blinded by the love you believed existed between you. That temporary blindness isn't a flaw. It's being human, it's being open, it's being real, it's being trusting. And they took advantage of that, assuming that it was going to be an endless gift of giving on your part. Realizing your strengths, realizing the power that you yield, takes all of the illusions away from these individuals. Their shame, their pain, their malice becomes evident to them when you snap out of it. When you snap out of what you believed was between you. Don't ever believe anything, no, based on facts. Just because this title, just because that connection or this dynamic, some people will assume I have full access to you. I'm entitled to full access to what you have for me. Anyone that comes with that energy should be vetted very clearly. It's easy to fall into these traps because we believe, because of how we feel, we believe there's more to this connection. They see what I see, they feel what I feel, they know what I know, they understand what I understand. No, they don't. To assume that they do is the problem. To believe that they do is a problem. To expect that they will is the problem. The problem is being at a default of love without vetting who that love is given to. Love is never to be given unconditionally to the conditional individual. And before you give unconditional love, you need to know who's capable of receiving unconditional love. Because most people operate with conditions. Our egos need conditions in order to survive and sometimes to thrive. Conditions are there to protect ourselves from the malice of individuals that abuse what is given to them in good faith. When you trust someone by allowing them into your home, you're giving them access to your space. You're giving them access to what is yours. You're giving them the privilege of you. And if you don't have a boundary, and if you don't have set rules to vet people before they even enter your home, you may be letting in an enemy that seeks to destroy you from within, that seeks to take from you and bring it elsewhere. Mind your energy from thief people. I guess I want to say thievery energies. Mind your space. And when I say thievery, I'm not talking about taking material things, stealing material things necessarily. But thieves of energy, thieves of your attention, thieves of your grace, undeserved, because they're stealing it. They're taking it without your consent. They're taking what they know they didn't earn. It didn't warrant for you to give that to them based on how they feel about you, based on how they think about you, based on who they think you are. The malice of individuals that think they can take in front of you because they undermine your intelligence, they undermine your ability, they act as if you're not there, as if you cannot see, hear, as if your senses are off, as if your mind is blank, or incapable, the audacity of the ignorant to play in your energy is null and void moving forward, because they no longer have that access to your space. They no longer have that access to your energy. And they know this. So they go through other means. They go harder, or they move different. They try new things, other ways to get around it, to get into your space, to get into your mind, to get into your heart, to get into your being and use you to their advantage. That's their goal. If I can get inside of you in some way, shape, or form, in your head, in your heart, in your body, if I can get in you and I can manipulate and control you and make you see and do for me what is necessary for me, that's the mindset of the ignorant that seeks to use others for their benefit at all cost. So realize that the time has come for justice to be served. The moment you recognize that energy and you rebuke that energy, it's not personal. It's not an attack on the actual person, but the energy that they carry that seeks to undermine you gets rebuked, and they can no longer use that energy on you. It gets returned to the source of that energy. I don't care how many generational lines it goes down and trickles down to get to the source, whoever created that idea in the first place, working through individuals to attack your grace, to attack your spirit, to attack your energy field. They no longer have access to that, because when you awaken to the truth of who you are, your energy field rebukes, no. Your energy shield deflects the enemy from your space. There's a science experiment that my youngest recently did in school. You take some water in a bowl, you add soap to your finger. In the bowl, you pour pepper. The pepper represents germs. When you apply soap to your finger and put your finger in the center of the bowl of water with pepper, all the pepper, before you get there, it's like a magnetic, or I guess counter-magnet, that as soon as it touches the water, all the pepper gets dispelled, or whatever the word is. It repels the pepper away from the finger that is sanitized, clean with the soap. So just like that, your energy being clean, you're shielded with that soap, so to speak, that repellent, that as soon as you go into a space that is toxic, your space widens to the point that all the toxicity gets moved out. It's like a sphere around you that repels that energy. So when the person comes to you, they have to come clean. They have to come correct. They have to come with clear intentions, pure intentions. They can't come with that, and they know it. They can't help it. You repel the toxic energies from your field. And some would wonder, well, what does it mean to have toxic energy specific? Because we all, have our bad days and whatnot. We're not talking about permanently ridding ourselves of people in our lives. It's not the people in our lives that we're repelling. It's the energy that's attached to some people that are in our lives. And in order for them to be in our space, that energy cannot reach you. They cannot come and be close to you if they're in that energy. It's just repelled. So they have a choice to stay out beyond those boundaries where they cannot penetrate your space, or they find a way to become, like you, a repellent of that toxic energy and merge in the clean environment you've created and that they've created, and join in that clean space and become a bigger source of clean energy, so to speak. So that's the message. I'll come back soon. Take care.